Hello everyone, Bob here. For today's video, I'm going to review 1982's anthology horror film Creepshow. And I'm going to be taking a look specifically at Scream Factory's 2018 special edition release. This film is directed by George Romero and written by Stephen King, and is an excellent collaboration between the two horror legends. The packaging, it is in a very sturdy slipcase. You can see the Blu-ray is in there with the book, which we'll look at in a second. I just wanted to show you the outside slip. Now, when I ordered this, I did get the posters because I ordered it directly from Shout Factory, and I do have those, but I will show those to you at another time. I'm planning on doing another video at some point that is exclusively the limited edition posters I have gotten from the Shout Factory, aka Scream Factory. Here is the actual Blu-ray case, and this has the original poster art on it. There's the spine, and then there's the back. The clips down there at the bottom are the same ones that are on the back of the outside slip. Now you open it up. It's got, of course, the reversible art. Pictures down there are different. Up there you have the Nathan Grantham character holding his Father's Day cake. And then if you pop the disc out, maybe, if I can do it one-handed. There we go. You see the reverse artwork, that if you were to turn the artwork backwards, that would be your sleeve art. This collector's edition also came with a 36-page booklet. Several pictures in there. You can see there's a lot of behind the scenes pictures and movie stills, a few posters. Of course, there's Romero and Stephen King himself. There's a poster. Poster for another George Romero film. Of course, there's Tom Savini, Stephen King, and George Romero. In the back is the Nathan Grantham character from the first story in the anthology. Creepshow was made on a budget of approximately $8 million and had a box office gross of $21 million. So it was a profitable film for Warner Brothers. In fact, it was the highest grossing horror film from Warner Brothers in 1982. The film features several stars, from Ed Harris to Leslie Nielsen, to Ted Danson, to Hal Holbrook, to E.G. Marshall, and Stephen King himself is in this film. There are 5 short stories in this film, as well as a story that kind of wraps them together. That starts in like a prologue sequence before the credits, and then at the end is concluded. The first story is called Father's Day, and it is about this wealthy family, and the patriarch is clamoring for his cake on Father's Day, and his spinster daughter finally reaches a snapping point and kills him. And several years later, she's visiting the grave, and he comes up out of the ground and kills her, and then takes vengeance on the rest of the family. In the second story, a meteorite strikes the ground and near Stephen King's character's farm, and he thinks he's going to get enough money off of it from the local university to pay off some bills, and he quickly realizes it's too hot to touch, and he pours water on it and splits it open, and this blue oozy stuff comes out, and quickly where he touched it, and where the blue oozy stuff came out, there's a lot of foreign alien vegetation that grows, and it grows all over him and all over the farm, and it eventually overtakes him, and bad things happen there without giving away too much of what happens in the story. In the third story, Leslie Nielsen is a well-to-do, like a playboy, I guess you'd call him, and only his wife has been unfaithful with Ted Danson's character, so he buries them up to their heads in the and on the beach, and lets the tide come in and drown them. And he sets up a closed circuit TV so he can watch it. Well, he goes back to reclaim the TV, and of course he can't find the bodies. Well, that night his dead wife and the Ted Danson character, who's also died, come back from the grave to do the same thing to him. In the fourth story, it's about this orangutan, or this it's like a gorilla type creature that is in this crate, and they find it accidentally shows up at this university, and Hal Holbrook's in it, and he ends up feeding his wife Adrienne Barbeau to it, and they end up trying to get rid of it and dump it in the ocean. In the final regular story, E.G. Marshall is a wealthy person who lives up in a high-rise, and he's scared to death of bugs, and he suddenly has a bug infestation, and that one is pretty well the one that goes for the gross out factor of the films, or of the short stories in the film. The prologue and epilogue story, there's a boy who's reading some of the EC comics, the Creepshow comics, and the dad, played by Tom Atkins, does not want his kid reading that horror crap, as he calls it, and while the kid's getting upset, he sees the creep beckoning to him outside the window. And long story short, at the end, the kid has acquired some voodoo dolls by the end of the movie, and he has the voodoo doll of his dad, and he's punishing him for not letting him read the Creepshow comic book. Creepshow is one of those horror movies that I try to watch every horror season. I don't quite hold it up in the same regard as some of the other franchises I dearly love, but it is a very good horror film. It's one of the better horror anthology stories. Not the best, but it's one of the better ones. If I were to rank the stories, I would say the worst is the E.G. Marshall one, the fifth one. Next would be the Hal Holbrook and one with the monkey in the crate. Then the Stephen King one would be third. The second one, second best one, would be the one of Leslie Nielsen, and of course the best one in my opinion is the first one, the Father's Day one. And the reason I ranked them the way I did is, when I was a kid, when I was like 7 years old the first time I saw this movie, and the Father's Day segment and the Leslie Nielsen segment, those scared the ever-loving crud out of me when I was a little kid. They were very well made and very well directed, and the makeup effects scared me to death. So those for that reason is why I ranked them the way they did. I didn't really throw that wraparound story with Tom Atkins and his little kid, but because it's just kind of, they're kind of a glue to kind of make it flow, help it flow from one story to the other. But no, I think the Father's Day story is the best out of that. For as far as the film itself, I'm going to go with a rating of 8 out of 10. It's a good horror movie. It's a great anthology story. I think all horror fans should watch it. I will review Creepshow 2 at some point. This is the definitive version of this film to pick up on the home video format. The video and audio quality, as well as the special features, are a big improvement over what Warner Brothers came out with in 2009. Mind you, 2009 was fairly early in the Blu-ray life cycle, but the transfer, the audio quality, and of course the many more extras on this one. This is the version to buy. I'm going to give the video quality on this disc, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. It looks pretty good. And audio quality, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. It sounds pretty good. Scream Factory releases are typically pretty good. And if you, generally speaking, the Scream Factory releases compared to just the regular studio releases, the Scream Factory ones will generally have be a better quality release. That's all I've got for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like. Please consider subscribing to this channel. I try to have new content daily. Doesn't always work that way, but that is my goal. Follow me on Facebook or Twitter. I try my best to keep that updated. And for now, stay safe, everyone. Happy spooky season. And for now, this is Bob, signing off.